Hello and welcome back to Love Laura Tarot. For today's reading, I have got a December theme of who you're going to meet in December, who's going to be your next romantic partner, boyfriend, girlfriend that you're going to meet in December. So I've already shuffled the oracle cards for us today, and here is card number 1 for pile number 1, and it says natural frequency, big changes, and this is the picture. Here we go. And then we've got the card for pile number 2 that says, feel the love rise. You have control. That's the card for pile number 2. And then we have pile number 3. And it is become transformed. Be kind from within. Okay, those are the cards to pick from. So yeah, today's reading is all about who are you going to meet in December. Who's going to be this new boyfriend, girlfriend, who you're going to be meeting in December. And these are the cards to pick from. It is very dark outside here, so I've got my lights on. We've got the wintry theme again here with all the pine cones and the acorns and like the snow, the candles on. So go grab yourself a drink and let's settle in, and we'll settle in for a nice cozy romantic reading for you today. So pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pick the pile. The timestamps are going to be in the description box, and hopefully I'll see you in a moment. So pick your pile now. See you in a minute. Hello, my pile number 1s. If you pick the natural frequency card that says big changes, then this is your reading. Okay, today we're going to be looking at who you're going to be meeting in December, who's going to be your new boyfriend or girlfriend in December. December. Okay, this is the card. These are sort of like, I think they're called, what are they? The healing oracle cards, and they've got these really cool sort of pictures on them. Your card. Okay, already what I'm getting from this is that you're going to be on your, like, you know, when you're manifesting, you have to be on that frequency line to manifest things in. So you have to be relaxed, you have to be grateful, you have to be like loving, right? All in that headspace, and that's how you manifest things in. I see you being in that space of like mind for December, which is how you're going to like manifest and welcome in your new boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay, let's get the cards to see who this person is. We're going to use my character oracle deck to see who this person is. So let's get, okay, so let's get 2 cards, and we already have got 3. Okay, we've got coach, train, nurture, develop, a plan, encourage, and support. Let's focus that in. We've got drunkard, alcoholism, addiction, avoidance, and abuse. And then we've got architect, weaver of blueprints, planning, design, supervision, construction. Okay, so as a person, I can see this person being either a like school like coach for like their sports team, or it could be someone who is like a life coach. It could be someone who coaches an actual like team, maybe football or like rugby or something. It could be anything. They do have another side to them though, which is what the alcohol and addiction card is signifying. Could be they've got an avoidant personality, so they might be like, that could be an aspect to them that is unfortunate they've got. And we've also got the architect card. This could be someone who does a lot of planning. There could be an architect, but there could be someone who does a lot of planning, is involved in construction work. That's that. Okay, so these are the character cards we've got for this reading. Let's put them, and we'll put this one over here like that, and then we get the tarot cards in to tell us a bit more about who this person is. We're going to use my Labyrinth tarot cards today. So you know the movie Labyrinth with David Bowie, and this is that tarot deck. So let's get some cards for pile number 1's person, see who they're meeting, tell us a bit more about them. Let's see what this person's like. Okay, we've got the 7 of, I think it's sticks in this book, the Empress, and 9 of pots. Okay, let's get a couple more cards. I think one about 6 or 7. December looks like it's going to be a chilly one this year. My pile number 1s. I'm based in London, So we see no snow, but a lot of rain and cold weather. What about you guys? Do you see a lot of snow throughout the December month? Do you get a white Christmas? These cards are not really shuffling very well. They're kind of sticking together in clumps, which is a bit annoying. They weren't doing this earlier when I used them. Let's see if we can get a good shuffle in here. Maybe separate them out a bit because they are not doing great in the shuffling. Right. Let's get some more cards for pile number one. Tell us more about that person. Okay, that was 3 cards and they went everywhere. Okay, let's have a look. What other cards came out? Okay, I think we just got 3. So we got the, let's move that up there. So 7 of Sticks, the Empress, 9 of Pots, the 8 of Junk, Fate, and Justice. Ooh, okay, so this is going to tell us a bit more about who they are as a person, maybe about what they like are and how you might know them, maybe, but a bit mostly about who they are. I'm just seeing how it looks. This light is so bright that I use. Let's see if we can turn it down a little bit. I don't want to turn it off. I just want to turn it down. I don't think I can do that. Okay, let's leave it as is then. And then underneath the deck, we have the Hanged Man. That sort of tells us a bit more about who they are, like the sort of side that they don't show. And the side they don't show is the Hanged Man. We'll go in chronological order as they came out, so it might make a bit more sense in that order if we follow that one, because hopefully there's a bit of a story they want to tell us here, which I have a feeling there is a story they want to tell us, because it seems to me this person is quite secretive. Oh, right, it's not Sticks, it's Poles. Okay, so this is the 7 of Poles, and this one is about competition. So in the original tarot deck, it's got the 7 like poles hitting up at the one guy on top of the cliff or like wherever it is, and it's sort of talking about rivalry and having worked hard to get where you are, and other people being envious of that and having to keep up their guard and hold their ground because of people always attacking what they've got. So this could be someone who's quite guarded, which is, and possibly avoidant, as we've got here. This could be someone who has a lot of competition against to get their job, if they're a coach or something, and they feel the need to constantly have their guard up against people because they don't like to let anyone in, which is quite difficult for you as you'll be meeting them in December. Okay, the next card we got is the Empress, and the Empress is like the feminine energy of the Major Arcana cards, and is one of the key cards in the Major Arcana. Yeah, this is like the maternal figure, because this is the stepmother from the film Labyrinth. This is Sarah's stepmom. So this card represents nurturing, and it sort of talks about bringing new ideas into being. So having a new idea and like almost like birthing the idea and cultivating it and making it evolve into a solid plan. I have a feeling this is something that he managed to do as a person a lot. They're someone who has a lot of ideas that they managed to pull off and become successful from. So like, if it's something like this, plans, as in like maybe they've got like game plans if they're a coach, or could be blueprint plans if they're an architect, and they managed to have these humongous ideas and they work really hard to get them to be very successful, and that leads them to have a lot of people that are envious of them because of the amount of hard work they put in, how successful they are. Could cause the addiction problems here. Okay, then we move on to the 9 of Pots. Now the Pots cards, I think, are the Cups cards. So the 9 of Cups, or the 9 of Pots, is a positive card for this reading, and this is someone who has a lot of their dreams coming true. This is someone who's got lots of good luck, they're very successful, everything they do seems to sort of work out, and they appreciate that because this is sort of like everything they've dreamed of seems to always follow through because of the hard work they put in. They make all these plans, they put in the hard work, and it always turns out successful because of the amount of work they put in. And then this is a person, is something you see in a lot of aspects in their life. Their relationships go well because they put in the hard work to them. Then we've got the 8 of Junk, and the 8 of Junk is about building skills and working hard, because this is the I think it's the Pentacle suit this one represents. So if you remember from the original like tarot deck, you'll have the rider and weight one, you'll have the guy looking over the bush full of, or is that a 7? No, this is the guy with a hammer on the workbench. So this is this one. So all about hard work, and the more work you put in, the more practice you do, the easier it becomes. So as a person, they know that, and they know how much hard work they put in determines how much they receive in terms of the benefits. And this is someone who works extremely hard, as we've already seen, to get to where they are, where they're the master of it, and they are vying with a lot of competition for it. And then we've got Fate. Now, Fate is, I think in the film, this is the character that David Bowie's Goblin King dresses up of to sort of as to scare Sarah and Hoggle. So yeah, so this card itself is about change, transitions, and metamorphosis, because there's someone dressed up as a character here. And it's also talking about things beginning and ending, and new chapters of life coming into being, and this whole transformation happening. But it's meant to be. This is absolutely meant to happen. Whatever's happened, this could be something they believe in. Your person you're meeting in December could be someone who fully believes that whatever happens for a reason, and he can work as hard as he wants. But if things are going to change, his luck will change for the worse. He knows that it's meant to happen that way. And that sort of lets him relax, because he knows the future. He's never going to be someone who's going to be unsuccessful, because he knows he works hard. So he sort of relaxes about the future, and everything that happens is for the best. That's a very good attitude to have, and I think that's what he or she has. And then we have the Justice card. Now, in the film, that's the helping hands. So in the Justice card here, it represents like fairness. So he or she could be someone who's very fair, very just, and seeing like rewards for the hard work they put in. As you've seen already, this is someone who understands and appreciates that if they put in the hard work, they get good results. And yeah, this is someone who has a very strong sense of justice. They know their rights from wrong. They know that when they see something being unjust, that they will speak out and be like, no, that's not right. And they take the action to resolve it as much as they can. Yeah. And they think through any decisions they need to make. They think them through very, very well, just so they can make sure they know all the outcomes and the positives, negatives, and everything of the situation before they decide to go down a certain route. Definitely someone who's very hardworking, very just, very kind of easygoing, in the sense that they know they've put in loads of hard work and they should get the results they want, and they believe that things happen the way that they happen. That has a very good imagination in terms of working things out for the better or for the worse. And then all the way over here, we've got on the underside of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. And this is the cutest character in this film, is Ludo. Love him, he's so cute. And the Hangman always talks about being suspended in a state between the past and the present, and not really being able to focus on the past and the future, and not being able to focus on the present, and then being asked to take a different perspective on life. So you might find that because of how hard they're working on the future, and seeing how things worked out when they did it a certain way in the past, they're now being asked to focus on the present, because by avoiding this, they're causing problems in their current life, because they've been avoiding the present and focusing too much on the both aspects. So already their relationship with you could reveal that they are someone who is very work focused, very serious, very much thinking of the future rather than focusing on the now, and they're being asked to take a different perspective to that. And maybe that's what meeting you in December makes them see. They see that they need to focus on things now and pause, look around, and take some time out to be with you. Okay, let's get my messages cards here, my romantic messages, see if we've got any messages for you about this personal relationship you're going to have in December. Yeah, this is someone who's very, very serious, very hardworking. They work a lot. They might be a bit of a workaholic, which might lead to these other problems here. But yeah, as we've already seen, a big change. You meeting this person is going to be a massive change to your life. Any messages want to come through? That's too many, but we'll take the top one, I think. Okay. Let go of control issues, which is exactly what we've seen here. This person you're meeting needs to let go of all their issues of control, because you seem to be someone who's quite free-willed, which is a massive change for them. This is the opposite of the person they are and who they usually go for, because you are so easygoing. And the card just flew off over there. Let me go and get that. And then it says wedding. Yeah, this is someone you're going to ultimately end up marrying, because you work so well together, because you're both so opposite in the sense that they're controlling, they're very hardworking, and you're someone who's easygoing. And but also you share that same moral sort of like standard that everything happens for a reason, and that works out for the both of you. Let's see if we can find anything else about the result. Let's keep Ludo over here. Let's see if we can find anything else. What's the end of this? Like, what's the result of this December relationship? Okay, I think we've got 2 cards here. Let's see what they say. We've got the 5 of Poles. Well, a couple actually. The 5 of Poles, the Ace of Pots, and the 2 of Feathers. So already, obviously the Ace of Pots is the like Ace of Cups, so this is a very happy card. And then we've got the let's just go in order. I feel like I always do this, I go around that way and I don't actually focus on the ones we've got there. 5 of Poles. This card talks about a chaotic collaboration. Can be about arguments and people not understanding each other, but it's also about restoring a clear and balanced communication between people. And I think that's what this is about. I think both of you have very different communication styles and very different ways of doing things, but ultimately you work it out between yourselves, and this love comes about. With the Ace of Pots, you've got such a loving sort of like card. It's the Ace of Cups essentially, and you've got lots of ideas together. It's lots of love. It's, you know, the relationship you start becomes a proper like cemented relationship here. But then with the two of Feathers, which is the 2 of Swords essentially, it's talking about a difficult sort of situation coming up. It's having to make a decision and being stuck between the 2 of them. If you don't make the decision, it gets more complicated. So I think maybe this person has to decide whether they should be cutting back on their work a bit, becoming less of a workaholic, and letting their career be a tiny bit of sacrifice for this relationship to go well, which will ultimately end in marriage. That's what I'm seeing here for you. Let's see if we can get any letters for you guys. I fixed my bag, by the way. If you watched last time's reading, I fixed it. Okay. Okay, let's get some letters here. Okay, so this could be how you know them, or like their name might come out here, hopefully. Oh, imagine that. Okay, so we've got a heart already, which tells me they love you. There's a lot of love between the 2 of you. We've got TOY. We've got toy. You're a toy boy. We've got SON. They could have a son, or you could have a son. There's someone you know who's you know someone through their son. We've got V. I'm trying to think of any other names we can make out of this. I'm rubbish at making names out of these. Guys, if you can put in the comments any names you can make out of these, oh, you'd be completely lifesaver. But yeah, it could be anyone beginning with T, so it could be Tommy, Thomas, Tina, O, Oscar, Olivia. Y, you've got Yasmin. S, you've got Steve, Sophie. O, another O. Oh, running out of O names. You've got Octavia, maybe. Oliver. Then you've got N, which could be Nathan, Natalie. And then V, which could be Vinny, Vincent. I can't think of any other names, but yeah. If you guys like these being included, let me know as well. If you don't, let me know in the comments. Put it down there. But yeah, these are the sort of names we're looking at. Could be Tokyo or something. Yeah. VHS videotapes. Anyway, they're the letters that come up for me. For you guys. For me, for you guys. So I hope that reading gives you some insight to who you're going to be meeting in December. And they seem like a very hardworking and really interesting person. Someone you could probably go the distance with, I reckon. And they'll be like a relationship that you'll be having well into 2025 because of how you're compatible you both are. And the wedding card here means it's going to be a long-term relationship by the looks of things as well. Okay, I hope you like that reading. I hope it gave you some information that's useful and helpful. Let me know what other readings you want to see. I've got lots of different tarot decks. As you can see, I've got my Labyrinth one out this week, but I have all sorts of other ones. Yeah, like this video if you liked it. Comment down below what other videos you want to see, and always remember to subscribe to this channel so you can get notifications whenever I release another video for you, and it will let me know that you guys really like these videos as well. Okay, thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you again in another reading. Bye bye. Hello and welcome, my pile number twos. If you pick this card, the Feel the Love Rise, you have control card. This is your reading. Hello and welcome. So today we're going to be going through who your boyfriend or girlfriend, who you're going to be meeting in December, who this new person in your love life is. And already we've got this card. Okay, I'm trying to focus it for you. Okay, Feel the Love Rise, you have control. Okay, and this is the pattern. It's so lovely. I like these cards. They've got like the main pictures on them are like just strange, sort of almost like ink drawings. Yeah, they are the healing oracle cards. Okay, so your card today, Feel the Love Rise. I think that's definitely saying you're going to notice some massive uptick in your love life this December. You're going to be meeting someone and you're going to have full control of this relationship. It's not something that's going to just go out of control, runaway train style, like has previously happened in relationships. This is going to be you feeling the love steadily rise in this person you're meeting, and you have full control to stop this relationship whenever you want or continue it whenever you want. It's all down to you, which is something I feel like you needed to hear. Okay, so today we're going to work out who this person is. I'm going to start with my character oracle cards. So who is this person for pile number 2? Let's get a couple of cards. Pile number 1 saw 3 cards pop out for them for this, defining of who this person is. Let's see, who is this person for pile number 2? We don't want that many cards. Let's not get carried away. Let's get 3 cards for pile number 2. This candle's making my throat go really funny, but I really like it. Okay. Did you see me try and catch them? I tried and then knocked the camera. Let me pick them up and fix that. Okay, I think I fixed it. Right. Okay, the cards that fell were Doctor, Healer of Ailments, Treatment, Surgery, Diagnosis, Compassion, and Ninja, Master of Stealth, Shadow Walker, Bushido. Okay, so I'm not sure how we correlate these two together, but the person you could be meeting could be a doctor, or they could be someone you meet while doing some sort of mixed martial arts or martial arts. And this could be just 2 aspects to them. This could be someone who is really good at like carrying out some sort of like self-defense, maybe something like that, but they are ultimately a doctor. It could be someone who does like traditional medicine or something like that, but that is who they are, how you'll recognize them or something. Yeah, maybe I don't know what ninja could be for this reading. That's a strange one, but hopefully the tarot cards will help us a bit more about who this person could be in terms of that card. But ultimately, this is someone who is a doctor. This could be where you meet them as well. You could meet them at the doctor's, or when you're seeing the doctor, or when you're at somewhere where there are like ninjas about, or some sort of like ninja thing, maybe like Lego Ninjago, whatever it is, that sort of thing. Okay, let's get the tarot, see if we can describe anything else more about who this person is. Who is pile number 2 person? Tell us more about them. So this is the person you're going to meet in December, and we'll see what we can find out about them. These cards had a bit of trouble shuffling in pile number 1. They're kind of sticking together for some reason. Okay, these cards just fell. Let's put these ones out. We've got the 4 of Poles, the Magician, the Star, the World, the 5 of Pots. Let's get 1 or 2 more cards. Tell us a bit more about who this person is. Okay, I'll pick that one up from the floor, but behind the deck, on the bottom of the deck, we have got the 3 of Poles. So that tells us a bit more about what the side when they don't show you is about. So we've got that. Then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. And then the other card that came out was the Empress. Okay. Here we go. Move that up a bit so we can see it more. Let me check that everything is still in focus. Sorry about the brightness of the light as well. It's very bright because it's very dark outside. And if I turn the light down, it makes it very dark in here. Maybe you'd like that. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a bit more darker reading. Okay. We'll start here. Go across chronologically to this card, and then we'll deal with the shadow side of them at the end of this section. Okay. So we've got the 4 of Poles here, and the 4 of Poles is about like celebrations. This is ultimately the 4 of Wands in the original deck, and it's about celebrating life events like a marriage, birth, a reunion, and like going together with your like loved ones and celebrating. So this could be how you meet them in December. They could be at a party with their family or having some sort of celebration, and you meet them this way. Maybe you have a reunion with this person at a party over Christmas, and that's how you meet this person. And then we've got the Magician here. The Magician is like the ultimate manifester. This is someone who is really good at manifesting and is like, yeah, who I see as like the magician of the deck. So yeah, this is someone who is very mysterious, and they're very confident in the skills they have and then the power they have as well. Yeah, this is someone who is very creative, and they're able to take any opportunities presented with them and turn them into sort of like amazing outcomes. You know, those people that sort of get good things in life, they manage to actually turn them into something amazing as well. They don't just let opportunities pass them by. This is that sort of person, the person you're meeting in December. And yeah, it's like all of like your like power you have and everything, you put everything, this person puts everything into achieving their goals. And I mean, if they're a doctor, that's definitely true, because like, the amount of work that goes into becoming a doctor, this is definitely that sort of person that would get there. And they're sort of an unstoppable force once they've decided to do something. They put everything into it to manifest this goal and get there. And then we've got the Star. The Star in a lot of my decks comes up as like different things. So in some decks I see it as sort of like fame and everything, but this one I think is a bit different because it's sort of a bit more, yeah, like it's sort of more of a representative of like trust and hope and comfort and like more reassurance. So this could be what they are to you, or it could be that this is someone who has been through a lot, like lots of trials, and they've managed to show lots of resilience and put a lot of like faith in themselves and like the universe around them to get to where they are. Yeah, and it's sort of like at this point reconnecting with themselves and getting that sense of purpose back. And they have a really good sense of purpose in what they do, and like it guides them through anything that goes wrong, any of their problems they have in their life, and they just sort of have this optimism that they manage to just keep it up no matter what happens. And that's definitely who they are as a person as well. They're someone who's very optimistic and follows their goals through all the way to the end. And then we have the World, and that's shown by the labyrinth picture here. I love this deck. It's the Labyrinth deck, so it's all the different pictures are from the movie The Labyrinth. Okay, so yeah, the World card obviously is like in the end, you've made it to the end of the major arcana, everything has turned out the way it should. It's all about like completing a massive task and starting a new one. So this person is at this point definitely coming to the end of some sort of like task. They could be qualifying as a doctor, or there could be something here they've managed to finish doing. They've held on to this optimism, this sort of like passion and power to get all the way through, and they're celebrating now this end of this massive journey and all this learning they've done, and they're now looking back and reflecting on everything they've done and appreciating everything in the way. Again, this talks about celebration of such a huge chapter of their life ending and moving on to the next chapter in their life. Definitely some sort of celebration going on here, which is how you meet them, or what they're going through in December. They're doing a lot of celebrating in December. Okay, then we've got the 5 of Pots, which is sort of like the 5 of Cups card in the original deck. And I think this card is usually talks about feeling disappointed and remorseful, but it's all about attitude. So it's more about what your view is on it. Not that there's anything going on. It's more that your attitude towards it. And I think definitely that's how they're feeling now. They've completed something here, some sort of major part of their life. They've realised that it's over, and they're kind of getting a bit sad about that. But that's just on them. It's not anything serious going on. They're starting to feel a bit upset by the fact that that part of their life is now over in December. But I'm sure you'll make them feel happier. Okay, and then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about like luck turns in this wheel. So you are sometimes on the winning part, and then like good luck, and then the wheel flips and you're on the bad luck side. So they're maybe feeling that a bit now that the easy sort of part of their journey is over, and they're now having to start all over again. But it's also talking about big changes happening and following this path no matter where it takes them. And yeah, just knowing that they are a lucky person, they're positive, and they just have this trust that things are going to work out fine in the end. And then with the Empress is all about like this energy of creation and new things being brought into being, which is something they're able to do because of how they're able to put their passions into things they like, dislike. Yeah, I mean, as a person, they seem to be able to create like something out of nothing. And with this attitude of optimism and following like their heart in a sense, they were able to do this with this card. That's something they're now moving on from. They're now starting all over again and putting all their energy into this brand new project or idea or career or something, which is what they're doing in December, which is how you're going to meet them through here. And then back of the deck, which is something they don't want to show you, it's the Three of Poles. And that sort of talks about like teamwork and having to collaborate with people and work together. And I think that kind of something they don't like to admit, that they can't do everything on their own. There's someone who likes to think they can do everything on their own, but they actually require some sort of teamwork to get through things, and that kind of annoys them, and they don't like people knowing that they have to do that because they like to be very self-sufficient as a person. Okay, let's have a look at the romance messages, see if anything wants to come through here at this point in the reading. Okay, here we go. What do these say? I think there's like two here. Okay, it says stay optimistic about your love life. They need to keep this optimism up, but in their love life as well. They need to stay optimistic they're going to meet you. And it says here, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. That's kind of their attitude towards love anyway. They aren't too worried about not having a relationship. So when they meet you, they're just really appreciative that it's happened. They're not like expecting it. It just turns up and they're like, oh, thank God it's here. All that optimism I put into it, thank God it's happened. And then we've got express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So that's what they want to do. Once they meet you, they want to have this like grand romantic gesture over this nice festive period. So it'll be one of the first things they do when they meet you is like, let's go on this like wintry romantic date. Okay, let's use the tarot again to see how this relationship's going to turn out. Let's leave that there. I'll blow the deck card. How's this relationship going to turn out? Have you got any cards to tell pile number 2? Okay, I think we've got quite a few there actually. So look. 10 of Poles, which is, so that's 10 of Wands. So it talks a lot about hard work. I'm going to put in lots and lots of hard work. So it's going to be hard work. Then you've got King of Junk. 9 of Poles. The 4 of Pots. And then the Page of Junk. We'll go through this. This is sort of how the relationship's going to turn out. And I think it's going to be a lot of work, but I think ultimately it's going to be worth it. I think all the hard work you're putting in together makes it worth it. And all the dream relationship between the pair of you is accomplished because of like taking on different responsibilities and trying not to feel overwhelmed by everything going on. And yeah, it's just like, again, reminding like this person you're going to meet that they don't have to be on their own. They can let other people be part of their life. And I think that's something they have to learn, is let other people in. And I think that's what this relationship with you is going to teach them. They have to let other people in to have a happy sort of relationship. It can't be fully one-sided with all the work coming from them or you. And then that leads to them becoming the King of Junk. Yes, the King of Junk is like the provider, the like earthy energied person who's not afraid to do work really, really hard and create like a stable and welcoming environment for the relationship. And he's got this material abundance. So he's wealthy, he's abundant, and he's got this really nice home and has worked hard and can show, like, with everything he's got, how much hard work he's put in. This sort of like the fruits of his work have come in. I think that's who like the person you're meeting will become in this relationship. Like, after all the hard work, he is this person who is like really stable for you and really sort of like loving. And then we go straight back over to the poles again. We've got the nine of poles here, and it's sort of talking about facing a challenge, facing some sort of like challenge or rival, and having to conserve energy and like protect yourself. So this could be either him or you thinking that something's coming in and working out what's important and what's not because of some sort of like challenge coming up. And that could be represented by the four of pots, and that's all about making sure you know what you're getting yourself into and considering options carefully and making sure you fully understand everything before you get yourself into it. I think that's kind of what maybe one or both of you is trying to work out. Maybe he's realizing how much hard work a relationship is and like how much goes into it. And then that leads us to the page of junk. And the page of junk is a card that talks about like someone starting out on this journey, and the potential for this journey to be really successful is there, and like having this inspiration just to keep going and do it and dream big. And I think that's ultimately how the relationship is going to go. It's going to be a relationship, and like it could be something into 2025 that you're still together after this meeting in December, and it's just all about like the other person realizing that they can work together with you and they can be with you without having to sacrifice anything about their life, really, apart from like the main sacrifices of like time and seeing you and that. But they need to work out like how much they're willing to put in and if they think they can do it, because it's going to be successful, this relationship, if they do put in the work. Okay, we'll get some letters and see if you recognize this person. Maybe their initials in here, or their name comes out, or their initials coming out. Let's get a couple. Okay. Let me know if you like this, or if you'd rather I don't use these wooden letters. I know it's kind of divisive with people. Okay, we've got I. We've got, that could be like India, Isabel. I don't know any guys' names beginning with I. Isaac. Then we've got N or Z, which is Zoe. Then we've got Noel, V, Victor. I can't think of any girls' names beginning with V. So we've got V, I, Heart. If we had a U, that would have been great, but we don't. Got T, Tom, Tina. We have G, George. I can't think of, my mind goes blank when I pick up these letters. J for Joe, Jessica. And then we have a Y. It's hard because we haven't got any vowels here to make any words, but if you recognise the person's names, put a heart in the comments for me to let me know I got them in there. Okay, pile number 2. I hope this reading was useful and you can see who this person is you're going to be meeting in December, and it's going to lead to a successful relationship. Let me know down in the comments what other readings you want to see, and if you recognise the person here, or if you do meet them, come back to this reading and let me know in the comments. Let me know what other readings you'd like me to do, any questions you'd like me to ask in these readings, and I can post a video on it. Yeah, like this video if you like it, and give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you like this video so you get notified when I post more, because I notice that sometimes it's like you don't get notified and like people come back to it like days later. So subscribe so you can be the first to know when these come through. Okay, well, hopefully I'll see you guys soon in another reading, and thank you for watching. Bye bye. Hello and welcome back, my pile number 3s. If you picked the become transformed, be kind from within card, this is your pile. Welcome. Okay, today we're going to be looking at who the person is you're going to be meeting in December, who's going to be your next boyfriend, girlfriend, or relationship. So this was the card you picked. Let's do focus it in. Here we go. Become transformed. Be kind from within. I really like these cards. The patterns are so like strange. Okay, so already I think you're transforming this December into someone who really looks after themselves and very kind to themselves before they even think about another person, and this transforms you into a much sort of like more rounded person. Okay, let's use my oracle cards to see who this person is you're meeting in December. This could be someone who helps you become transformed and be much kinder to yourself, because you have some like a lot more like value on yourself, because you can see how much someone else loves you. You decide, I'm gonna look after myself too. Okay, want like 1 or 2, maybe 3 cards. Let's try and get a couple. Who is this person for pile number 3? Oh, let's try and do that. Not many, none are coming out so far. Like I want like 1 or 2, not like a 5. I want 1 or 2 cards for pile number 3. Maybe even 3. Okay. We'll take all of those actually, because we've got a few there anyway. Okay, we'll take these first. So we've got musician, engineer, child, career. Okay. And then we got barber, fireman. Now this could be, there's a lot of you here watching this reading, so there is a lot of people to cater to here. So your person could be a musician, they could be a composer, they could be like a DJ, they could be a musical engineer, they could be an engineer, they could be an architect, they could be someone who engineers like websites or something. They could have a child. I don't think they are a child, but they have a child, or they have like that childlike positivity and happiness. You've got career. Oh, by the way, that's from a pine cone. That's not some creepy bug. Career. So this could be a delivery person or someone who delivers sort of like messages or something, works at a messaging site. And then we've got barber. We've got, so they could be a barber. And we've got fireman. They could be a fireman. Okay, let's put these here and here. Okay, we're going to get the tarot now. We're going to go into more about who they are as a person, which might help us clarify a bit better. But yeah, so far it seems there's a lot of different people here watching this reading, so welcome to you all. This is your who are you meeting in December. So it could be any of these people in terms of archetypes for you all. Pile number 3s. Okay, let's get the tarot. I'm going to use my Labyrinth tarot deck for this, and we'll see what comes out for you. Pile number 3. Who is this person that they're going to be meeting in December? Who is their next girlfriend or boyfriend? Okay. Okay, got 2 cards already. One about 6 or 7, I think. So the High Priestess, the Page of Pots. What else have we got for you? Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to take those though. Let's see if we can get more. I like to make sure they come out like naturally and not coming out in huge clumps. I'm not going to take a whole stack of like 10 cards that comes out. I want max, like, 4 or 5. Let's see what else comes out for pile number 3. You've got the 8 of Poles and the Knight of Feathers. Let's get 2 or 3 more cards for you, pile number 3, and we'll go into the meaning behind them. Oh. We've got the 4 of Poles. One or 2 more cards for you here, pile number 3. Let me know down in the comments if you like seeing the shuffling, or if you'd rather I do it beforehand, or like fast forward it. Okay, and then we've got 2 more cards. We've got the 9 of Junk and the 2 of Pots. Then underneath the deck, what is it they don't want us to see about them? The 5 of Poles. Okay, let's move all these up so we can get a good view of them all. Let's make sure we're focused in as well. I didn't check that. Hopefully we are, otherwise that would be really annoying. Okay, let's move this up a bit more, because I feel like I can't see that a little bit at the end. Here we go. Oh, destroy the whole reading. Okay, there. I think everyone is in shot now. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through them. Oh, there's 2 cards here. Oh, ta-da! That's a surprise. But we'll go through the cards this way, and then we'll finish up on the like side they don't want us to see about them, and then we'll get some other little oracle cards about them as well. Okay. First things first, we've got this High Priestess card. And obviously that's from the Major Arcana. And the High Priestess talks about someone who is very mysterious. They're respected and they're very powerful, but they are someone who sort of sits on the periphery of like their life and is very perceptive and intuitive and watches on and does a lot of like actions based on their instincts. They trust their instincts a lot, and they pay very close attention to what their instincts are telling them. That's who they are as a person. But then we had that 10 of feathers hiding underneath it. So the 10 of feathers, to have that underneath, 10 of feathers is all about a painful ending. So this could be an ending of a friendship, a relationship, a job. Some important aspect of their life has like completely ended and has left them feeling totally like devastated, and they've taken time to process it, grieve it, and close it. And that has led them to develop this keen, intuitive sense about them. Since then, they've been very much basing their decisions in terms of friendships and relationships on how they feel their intuition tells them, which is quite difficult because, you know, if you base everything on your intuition, they could be overly cautious over ending up in a new relationship because they don't want to get hurt again. Okay, then we got the Page of Pots. The Page of Pots is the Page of Cups in this tarot deck. And the Page of Cups talks about like someone who's creative and curious and wants to learn loads, and they're very idealistic and hopeful, and they want to make a massive impact on the world. Someone who is like, someone who is overall someone who is very almost like a student, and they want to learn everything, know everything, and they're very hopeful. It could also mean the beginning of relationships. This could be them using their intuition to start a relationship with you, or you could be the Page of Pots. They're being very careful about it. Don't want to get hurt again, but this new relationship's coming into being. And then we've got the 8 of Poles. The poles in this deck are the wands. So the 8 of Wands, 8 of Poles. So the 8 of Poles is about fast movement, like massive amounts of activity, things happening very fast, becoming very busy, a huge shift. Could be like traveling, moving, something like that. But I think it's this new relationship starting with you when they meet you in December. It happens so quickly, they don't even have time to worry. This whole new relationship happens so fast that before they know it, their intuition's out the window, and they're like, I kind of think they are following their intuition, which is causing this huge activity happening because they're trusting what their gut says. Their gut says you're a nice person, and you know they want this romantic relationship to start, so they're trusting their gut and rushing straight into this, which isn't a bad thing. So it's a good thing for you because it means this relationship happens suddenly and unexpectedly, and doesn't dwell on the past things that happened to them. And then we've got the Knight of Feathers. The Knight of Feathers is the Knight of Swords in this deck. So the Knight of Feathers talks about like someone very clever, someone who's focused, and someone who sort of goes into something very fast and takes very like decisive action, and they put a lot of thought into it, and they're very like, it's very quick like action. I think that's talking about this again, the speed of this relationship coming into being. You meet and suddenly you're dating, sort of thing. There's no hanging about, and they're very focused, and yeah, it's a very like decided, once they've decided what they're going to do, they're going to do it sort of person. They don't mess around. They think about things, but they don't overthink about things. They trust their intuition. They're not an overthinker in this case. And then we've got the 4 of Poles. The 4 of Poles is celebration. This is someone who celebrates an event in like December, which, you know, you've got Christmas coming up, could be birthdays as well. They're going to be having a celebration with their family and friends, and they're enjoying the moment because no matter what happened in this 10 of feathers, they're still enjoying the moment, taking time out to be with their family. Okay, then we've got the Nine of Junk. The Nine of Junk is like the nine, I think it's the Nine of Coins in this deck, you know. Possibly. I think it is anyway. But the Nine of Junk talks about luxury and like creature comforts, indulgence, treating yourself, and like savoring all that hard work you put in and savoring the results from it, savoring, like making the most out of the money they've earned. All this hard work, they're going to buy some nice things and enjoy themselves this month. And as a person, that's what they do. If they think they've earned it, they'll do it. They're not someone who wastes money, but they're someone who likes to enjoy the money they've earned as a person. And then we got that followed by the Two of Pots. Again, the pots are the cups of the suit. And for the Two of Pots, we know that the Two of Cups is the union card. It's all about harmony and connections and a relationship coming into being and thriving, and the need to nurture that connection to make it something that's going to last, which is what I think they're going to be doing with you. They appreciate it. This quickly coming into action relationship, and they appreciate it. And then the bit they don't want you to see about them, or the shadow part of it, is the five of the Five of Poles. And the Five of Poles is someone, it symbolizes like a chaotic sort of energy, chaotic sort of collaborations, arguments, competition, a lot of competition, and feeling like someone that they're sort of like working hard and people aren't appreciating the amount of effort they put in something, like the amount of like they've had to let go of to be with you, they feel like is not being appreciated, and it's the need to restore that balance and get back to that sort of clarity between the two of you to make sure you're both on the same page in the relationship. I think that's something that you might need to do with this in this relationship, make sure you're both on the same page. Okay, let's have a look at my little romantic messages and see what comes up for you, pile number 3. Is there anything that needs to come out for pile number 3 here? Okay, I think that was like 2 or 3 that came out there. Let's have a look. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, which is definitely seen by how fast this relationship comes to being, how like swift and decisive the action is they take towards you. There's a lot of chemistry here. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. There is definitely true love. It's not a fling. It's something that could last into 2025. It's definitely true love. Making the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I definitely think that's what they're feeling here. They're making the effort to let go of the past, and like you're going to make the effort by making sure you're on the same page with them and understanding what they've been through here. Definitely that's what's going on here. Let's have a look to see what the outcome of this relationship is. Let's put that there. Okay, let's see what the outcome of this relationship is in the pair of you. Okay, let's have a look, see what cards came out here. So we've got the Seven of Poles, Fate, and Page of Junk. Okay, so that's good. I think that's a good mix of cards there, to be honest. The Seven of Poles is the sort of card that talks about competition, challenges, and rivalry. Working hard and to get to the point you are. So this relationship you've got to, it's going to make other people jealous and envious, and it's sort of the need to sort of protect it, make sure people aren't interfering with it because of how much hard work's gone into making it and getting to where you are. Then we have Fate. This is the sort of card that talks about things that are meant to happen the way they're happening. It's not a card of like, let me think, a better word for what I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's a card that sort of talks about a major change happening, and it's causing this transformation that's really important, which again is exactly what we're talking about here, become transformed. This card talks a lot about transformation and things ending so other things can begin, and this like new beginning being like difficult, but it's meant to happen. And everything that happens, all the different events, like this hard breakup they've gone through here, which led them to become this sort of mysterious, intuitive person, has led them to you, and how this relationship is exactly where they're meant to be. And yeah, the future being full of potential, and where, you know, all this change, but for the better, is going to happen. And then like finishing up, you've got the Page of Junk here, and like the Page of Junk is a card that talks about someone who's starting this whole new journey, and the potential's there. The potential for it to be great is there, and this is exactly that last card we got in the group number 2 reading. There's so much potential for this relationship to be successful. it just needs that ambition and drive behind it for it to keep going and get to that successful place. That's exactly what you guys need to work on, just pushing through and getting there. Okay, let's finish up with some letters. See if you recognize this person with the letters. Here we go. If you watched my love reading last time, my bag was kind of falling apart a bit. Don't worry, I fixed it now. Okay, here we are. We've got a V on top of something there. Let's have a look. You've got D, David, Danny, Danielle. V on top of F, so maybe that's their name. We'll get to that in a minute. T, Tina, Thomas, Trinity. O, Oscar, Olivia, Octavia. Look, you've made the name Dot. Their name could be Dot or Dorothy, or that could be their nickname, Dot. Star. They're a star in your heart and in your eyes. There's someone you really appreciate having around. We've got A. That could be Arthur, Amy. And then, like I said, we've got V, Vince, Valerie, and F, which could be Frankie, Freddie, Felicity. I don't think I'll make any names out of this. Could have Vlad, V, imaginary L, A, D. I don't think of any other names. Have Dove, but we don't have the E. I'm really bad at this. But anyway, you get the idea. Those are the names that could come out. They could be their initials, your initials, both of your initials. Or they could just be significant letters for you both here. Okay, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope this has been interesting and it gives you something to look forward to for December, this new love coming in, who really deserves this love as well, and you do as well. And yeah, let me know down in the comments if you know this person or you know any of the names here. And let me know what other readings you'd like to see. If there's anything you'd like me to dive into in terms of relationships, you want me to do a reading on that, put it in the comments and I'll do it for you. And you'll see it on this channel. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments if you liked it. Let me know anything you want me to change in the future. And subscribe to this channel, and then we can get some more readings sent out to you. The more subscribers, the more videos I'll put out. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again in another reading. Thank you and goodbye.